Next, there are some more points regarding pH. First one is nature of aqueous solution based on pH. That means by using pH value we can say that whether it is acid or base. If suppose pH values lies between 1 and 7, that will be acid. If it is lies between 7 to 14, that will be base. If pH values lies between 1 to 4, that will be stronger acids. If it is lies between 4 to 7, that will be weak acids. If pH values lies between 7 to 10, that will be weak base, and its values lies between 10 and 14, that will be strong base. If pH value is exactly equal to 7, that will be what? Neutral substance. That is about pH. Now come to pOH. If a pOH values lies between 1 to 7, that will be base. If it is lies between 7 to 14, that will be acid. If it is exactly equal to 7, that will be neutral. If pH values lies between 1 to 14, that will be strong base. Suppose pOH value is 2, that is strong base. If pOH is 2, automatically pH is how much? 12. That is very strong base. If pOH values lies between 4 to 7, that will be weak base. If pOH values lies between 7 to 10, that will be weak acid. If pOH values lies between 10 to 14, that will be strong acid. These are very important points, especially for competitive level. Next, there are some more points. They are, if an acid is diluted by 10 power x times, if an acid is diluted by 10 power x times, then pH of an acid increases by x times. Why? If it is diluted, that means what? We are adding water. Automatically concentration of H plus decreases. If H plus concentration decreases, pH increases, because between H plus and pH inversely relation is there. Then pH also increases. But it does not, it never exceeds more than 7. So what is the point here? If an acid is diluted by 10 power x times, then pH of an acid increases by x times, but not greater than 7. Suppose for example, pH of an acid is 2. To that solution, we add 1 liter water. 1 liter water. 1 liter means 10 cube. That means 1000 ml. Then what happens? Definitely pH increases. pH equal to 2 plus log 10 power 3. Then 2 plus 3 log 10, nothing but 3. Finally 5. That means before adding water, pH value 2. After adding water, pH value 5. That means how many times pH increases? 3 times increases. That means we are adding 10 power x times. X times pH value increases. But it should not be more than 7. Similarly, if a base is diluted by 10 power x times, then the pH of base pH of base decreases by x times. pH of base decreases by x times, but not less than 7. But not less than 7. That is about dilution of acids and bases. Next, some more points. If concentration of acid is decreases by 10 power x times, concentration, how concentration of acid decreases? There are 2 factors to decrease the concentration of acids. First one is addition of water. Second one is addition of base. If you add base, number of OH minus increases, then H plus, then that acid solution becomes base. So what is the point here? If concentration of acid is decreases by 10 power x times, that means we are adding base, then pH of acid increases by x times, even more than 7, because acid becomes base, automatically pH value more than 7. So these 2 points are very important. Here dilution means we are adding water, but what happens if you add water? Acid becomes acid. Then what is the difference? Stronger acid becomes weak acid. But here we are adding base, that is why H plus concentration decreases. In this case pH never greater than 7, but here pH can greater than 7 because acid solution becomes base. Next, the normalities of 2 acids or 2 bases mixed with each other. The normalities, that means the concentrations of 2 acids or 2 bases mixed with each other, then the resultant normality is H plus or OH minus is equal to N1 V1 plus N2 V2 by V1 plus V2, where N1 is what? Concentration of first acid. V1 is what? Volume of first acid. N2 means concentration of second acid. V2 means volume of second acid. If you take bases, N1 means concentration of first base, V1 means volume of first base, N2 means concentration of second base, V2 means volume of second base. So like that we can calculate resultant H plus concentration or resultant OH minus concentration when two acids or two bases are given. Next one. Next point. Strong electrolytes. Strong electrolytes means the substance which undergoes dissociation completely in water or in any other solvent is called strong electrolyte. Suppose I take 100 molecules. If I put 100 molecules in water or in any solvent, if those 100 molecules undergoes dissociation, nothing but ionization, that means 100 molecules undergo splitting, then that substance is called strong substance, nothing but strong electrolyte. Suppose out of 100 molecules, 70 molecules undergo dissociation, the rest of 30 molecules didn't undergo ionization, nothing but dissociation, then that is not strong electrolyte, that will be weak electrolyte. So what is the definition of strong electrolyte? The substance which undergoes dissociation completely in water or in any other solvent is called strong electrolyte. Example, all strong acids and strong bases. Examples for strong acids are what? H2SO4, HCl, HNO3, HClO3, HClO4, HAHB. These are strong acids. If you put these substances in water, those substances completely undergo dissociation. Strong bases means what? LiOH, NaOH, KOH, ReBOH, SCS. That means 1A group hydroxides and 2A group hydroxides. These are strong bases. You have to remember strong acids and strong bases, because next concept is based on strong acids, strong base, weak acids, weak bases. Next one. What is weak electrolyte? The substance which does not undergo dissociation completely in water or in any other solvent is called weak electrolyte. If it undergoes completely dissociation, that will be strong, otherwise it will be weak electrolyte. What is the example? In this example, for this examples are what? All strong acids and strong bases. For this, all weak acids and weak bases. Weak acids are examples: CH3COH, acetic acid, HCN, hydrogen cyanide, H3PO3, HF. All these are weak acids. Except these acids, all are weak acids. So better to remember these acids, then no need to remember other acids, because that will be weak acids. Weak bases means except these bases, all are weak bases. MgOH twice, NH4OH, ZnOH twice, ferric hydroxide, copper hydroxide. All these are what? Weak bases. Next one. Degree of dissociation. This is represented by alpha. Degree of dissociation is represented by what? Alpha. So what is the definition? The ratio of number of molecules undergo dissociation to total number of molecules. The ratio of number of molecules undergo dissociation to total number of molecules, that is called degree of dissociation. For example, I take 50 molecules. If I put 50 molecules in water or in any other substance, out of 50 molecules, 40 molecules undergo dissociation. Then what is the value of alpha? Alpha equal to how many molecules dissociation? 40 by 50. Then 4 by 5, nothing but 0.8. That will be weak electrolyte. If it is strong electrolyte, then total 50 molecules undergo dissociation, then 50 by 50 is equal to 1. So what we have to understand? Here one important point is there. This alpha value is 1 for strong electrolyte and it is less than 1 for weak electrolytes. It is 1 for strong electrolytes and it is less than 1 for weak electrolytes. Next point. For strong acids, H plus concentration is equal to what? Normality. For strong acids, H plus concentration equal to normality. For strong bases, OH minus concentration is equal to normality. But for weak acids, H plus concentration equal to C alpha, where C is what? Normality. Normality into its degree of dissociation, because it doesn't undergo complete dissociation. We have to consider that alpha value, because in this case alpha value is 1. For a weak basis, OH minus concentration equal to C alpha. So these are the formulas for H plus OH minus of strong acids and strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. Thank you.